Michael may have been treated like an American hero in May 1984, but the tide would turn in June when the plan for distribution of tickets for the Victory Tour, now scheduled to begin in Kansas City on July 6th, was announced. Joseph Jackson, Don King, and Chuck Sullivan came up with a unique concept. Tickets will be $30 each and sold in lots of four only. Ordering tickets did not guarantee getting them. The names of those who ordered will be selected at random by a computer drawing coupons that will be cut out advertisements published in local newspapers. Therefore, the Jacksons fans had to send a $120 postal money order plus a $2 service charge for each ticket and the coupon, all in a standard number 10 envelope to the ticket address printed in the advertisement. Promoters predicted that as many as 12 million fans would mail in $1.5 billion in money orders for the 12 city 42 concert victory tour, but only about 1 in 10 applications would actually receive tickets. In order even to be considered, the money orders were to be postmarketed at least 2 weeks before the concert, with a delay in returning money to the unlucky ones. 4 to 6 weeks, the promoters and the Jacksons will have to use it for 6 to 8 weeks. Assuming the tour did sold $144 million in tickets, as the promoters estimated, $1.4 billion in excess payments would have to be returned, and a common money market deposit account in a bank, which paid about 7% interest. That money would earn $8 million a month for the promoters and Jackson family. The Jackson spokesman, Howard Bloom, said that whatever interest would accrue in each $120 order will go toward costs of handling and postage for unfiled orders. If you were a lucky winner and allowed to see the victory show, you wouldn't know if you were going to go or which show you would attend until 2 days before the concert. If the mail was delayed, the tickets would easily arrive after the concert. The tickets were obviously priced too high for even white middle class kids if they have to buy them in lots of four. It's almost impossible to imagine that many of Michael's most loyal followers, kids from the ghetto, will be able to afford the luxury of seeing the concert. Making matters more distasteful, the Jacksons and their promoters said that they like to not have to pay for the advertisements from which the coupons were to be clipped, saying that those ads should be ran free of cost as public service advertisements. Of course, most newspapers didn't see it that way. It's just to make more millions for the Jacksons, said Bob Herring, executive editor of the Tesla World. The United States Post Office must have been particularly happy about the plan, as each money order cost $1.55. If 12 million fans purchased money orders, post offices would collect $18 million. In all of 1983, the Postal Service collected $124 million in money orders. Before that outrageous plan was announced, Michael and John Branca met with the brothers to try to talk them out of it. We gotta get as much as possible for the tickets, one of the brothers said. The sky's the limit. No, Michael argued, that's not the way to do it. There's gotta be a backlash. The tickets should be more than $20 each, and the mail order idea is terrible. In fact, the tickets for concerts by the Rolling Stones and Bruce Springsteen at this time were $16 each. Michael had won a simple $20 ticket price, no lots of four, no money orders, no coupons. The brothers voted against Michael 5-1. Okay, that's it. Michael decided later and me with John Bracken and Frank DeLeo. This is going to be my last tour with the guys. I'm very serious, so I don't want you to try to write anything. Let them do it all their way. I'm just one vote out of six. Let them do their thing. This is their last shot. I'm out of it. But why, Mike? Frank wanted to know. They're gonna mess it up. Because if anything goes wrong, I don't want to hear about it, Michael explained. I want to hear about it from my mother, my father, or my brothers. Let them do it their way, I'm out of it. Maybe the money they made from this will set them up comfortably, then I'm out of it. When the plan was made public, fans from coast to coast were outraged. The Los Angeles Herald Examiner ran a telephone poll on the question: Are Michael Jackson's fans being taken advantage of? Of the 2,795 people who responded, 90% said yes. The newspaper published an editorial chastising the Jacksons. It's hard not to conclude that the Jacksons promoters, if not the young stars themselves, are taking advantage of their fans. It's been said that all the Jackson brothers, including Michael, helped plan the tour. If so, they should have shown a little more consideration for the fans who have made them so rich and famous. Other newspapers across the country followed suit, lambasting the Jacksons, and because he was the most famous one, Michael in particular, the Jackson tour has not been about music, it's been about greed and ignorance, wrote the Washington columnists Maxwell Glenn and Cody Shearer. What good does a drug-free, liquor-free I break for all animals MSG when the overriding message is "Give me your piggy bank"? As a youthful role model, the press was terribly publicity for Michael. I didn't even want to do this tour, he complained, exasperated. Now look what's happened. Despite the floor when the first coupons were printed on the Kansas City Times, scores of fans waited in the dark for the early morning papers to hit the streets. The Times published an extra 20,000 copies to meet the demand. Postal employees were ready with 140,000 money order forms for the expected avalanche. The tickets sold out rapidly. Still, it looked bad for Michael. Frank DeLeo advised him that if he didn't take a position against the brothers and the promoters, apparent greediness, his reputation could be damaged. They don't care about your future, Frank told him. Their only concern is their present, to make as much as they can while they can. You have a career that's going to be longer than this tour, they probably don't. Michael wasn't sure how to handle the matter. But I realized for all of it to just go away, he said, which wasn't much of a problem solving strategy. Finally, an open letter appeared in the Dallas Morning News that impacted Michael. 11-year-old LaDonna Jones wrote that she'd been saving her pennies to see the Jacksons, but that she couldn't possibly save enough to buy 4 tickets. She very importantly asked Michael, how could you, of all people, be so selfish? When Age joined Michael Delaire, he was upset by it. Greed and selfishness really had been in the heart of the tour plans. He knew it, but had his family already made more money than most people would ever make in their lifetimes? Of course they had. It took a child's sadness, however, to force them into action. Though in order to be distanced from the drama of it, he hadn't wanted to make any major decisions about the tour. He now realized that he had to take action. He called a meeting with Joseph Donkey and Chuck Sullivan. Change the ticket policy, he told them. It's a ripoff. You knew it. I knew it. Now change it or I won't tour. But Michael wouldn't discuss the matter. If the situation wasn't changed, he said the brothers would have to do the tour with them. The next day, the plans were made to change the system.